said she was gonna keep it in her locket. She only looked at me as some profit. Emotional, I don't know, I might overdose. But if she come back, you know I'ma hold her close. This was some demon, she knows she gotta go expose. My heart is leaking and I still smile while I post. Nah, too much trauma from the past, I might let go. Even though I'm making cash, my heart's not cold. No, I gotta leave you, but I'm not that bold. Don't you ever leave. You had me thinking that this love wasn't make-believe. You healed the wound, but now you're the reason that I bleed. All these narcotics, but you're the one that I need. She said that she got me. Now she reloading the pistol right after she shot me. I never would've thought you were the one that would've popped me. Early bitch, now I gotta surf off on this walkie. And don't you try to stop me. You had the chance, should've never asked you out to dance. I didn't know that I wasn't the only man in your hands. Guess we were meant to be, but I won't cancel all these plans. I still give life a chance, even though that life been getting scary. All these funerals I've been to, I'm tired of obituaries. Rain is cold, mine is gone, so I went and bought a Burberry. Demons want me dead, so I said I gotta go and just carry. It's 4-5 in my pocket.
Back row.
Don't ask me how I'm doing, I've been through things. Swear they made a hero out the darkest nights like Bruce Wayne. I conquered all my feelings, no more mood swings. I'm focused on the loot, no more walking around with loose chains. I went from moist nights to rocking new chains. Ballin' on these niggas like a Michael in the flu game. I'm shitting on these niggas while I walk around with poop stains. Y'all niggas let me starve, y'all gon' watch me eat like mukbangs. Get to know me, don't be my friend when that shit is on me. We ain't bros, we got different goal needs. That shit is too below me. Would you be there to hold me down if I was broke with no cheese? Y'all niggas so baloney, so you get hit with no please. Fake love got me face sick, hypochondriac. Wash away fake scum on me like a laundry. Way dumb, cause my goals, man, you ain't stopping that. Laid up, counting pay stubs, where you find me at. That's on my mama too, nigga.
Tell my little story all wrong. Pray to God about my problems, cause they say I'm in the wrong. Found a diamond in the rough, but it turned out to be a stone. Got these drugs up in my body, my house don't feel like a home. They hate when they see me and give a good reason. I'ma shine like a comet, might take us to Venus. They say they show love, but go ghost like Houdini. They say I'm the go, but they know they don't mean it. This shit from the dome burning, holding my beanie. I been chasing the cat, so no wonder you don't see me. Been giving her wishes, I guess I'm a genie. I didn't cancel my mission, I guess she won't leave me. I'm not chasing the fame, cause I'm chasing the check. Been taking out titans from my foot on their neck. Not snitching on niggas, not fucking with rats. Ain't no rookie in me, cause I hang with the vet. If we standing on business, I do it the best. Ain't no stepping to me, don't waste time with them threats. Got this stick on my side with my pride on my chest, but rely on my talent, they say I'm up next. Why they tryna tell my little story all wrong?
Everything husky.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes You take some time to say goodnight, you close your eyes to dream, next thing tomorrow's here.
It's a brand new day, never hold on to hate. Cause you was placed here to be great. Please take your place. All queens got a seat at my table. Cause without y'all, then the man ain't able. Melanated queen, connected to the universe. And so I gotta thank my mom for my birth. If hate is the curse, then love is the remedy. So I send you love no matter creed or identity. Until infinity, look at you like you kin to me. Even when we disagree, yo, you still kin to me. In other words, I can't bring you no trouble, can't bring you no beef, don't wanna see you deceased. Now if I'm coming at you, I'm coming with a business plan. Cause every day I'm on some, yo, let's get this money, man. Yeah, and that's my real plans. I rest my head at night, I wake up, I got another plan.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend. But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes up. It takes some time to say goodnight, then close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again.
It's a lot of high rappers tell me why we don't get money together, but we'll kill each other over whatever. Running down the freeway, we gonna own down. If Black Lives Matter, why we gonna own down? That's why they laugh and they think that we clowns. They hear what we say, but see how we get down. We gotta change that now, right now to be exact. Cause hurting that man's moms is not where it's at now. Old school, new school, need to learn, yo. They put us in groups so they can make more dough. The young versus the old versus the young. Black versus white, you see the pattern, right? No unity, keep them all on some gutter-ish. This way they don't prosper and get rich. Yo, can't you see it's a trick? Just open your third eye and you'll see the full view of it. Now yo, what if the powers that be know that the real power lies within the people? That's us. And what if they using things like crayon colors, black and white, to separate the people? Hey yo, you gotta wake up. Don't let them fool y'all. Spread love.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend.
But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight, then close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's.
Good morning, it's another day, my friend.
But soon the sunshine turns to moonlight, life goes It takes some time to say goodnight, then close your eyes to dream next thing tomorrow's here again. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning.
All right, what is up, gang? We're in the building. Y'all know what to do. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you can see me. We're still working on West Coast time today. Man, a little bit of a late start, but we're in here. Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. Y'all let me know what is going on. Let me know that you can hear me and we're all good. Let me see. It looks like we got a few of y'all in the building. All right, shout out to everybody who's in the building, man. We should be looking good. That is the wrong screen, but at least I can see myself. Shout out to y'all. We are back, man. Welcome to another YouTube live stream and another episode of the Music Morning Show. I'm your host, ClassE Beats of ClassEbeats.com, and today we've got some great topics to talk about. As you guys can see from the description and title of the video, we recently saw some interviews from Caleb Bumpus, which was Lil Woody's ex-attorney or ex-lawyer, and she's speaking out. She said she is not the mole. We're gonna look into it. Y'all can tell me if you believe her or not. Also, we're gonna give a couple updates on what's going on in the music community as well with the YSL trial, give you guys a little bit of background on some of the beef that's going on while this trial is happening and before the trial happened. It looks like Young Thug was beefing with The Game and Nipsey Hussle, which is crazy. All right, so we got a few things to get into here. I've got a couple announcements before we get started. First of all, if y'all are joining us for the first time, make sure you say what's up in the chat. I love to shout y'all out. Also, make sure you like the video on your way in. We got 6 Lenses up in the building. Shout out to 6 Lenses. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. I know there's a lot going on. Also, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel. I woke up on Sunday morning. Here, let me turn this down a little bit. I woke up on Sunday morning and I saw that the channel had reached 23,000 subscribers. Then Monday night, while we were doing the Song of the Night live last night, someone mentioned that we hit 24,000 subscribers, which was crazy. Then I woke up this morning and we were at 25,000 subscribers, which is crazy, man. And I think now we're actually getting close to 26,000 subscribers. We are at 25,870. So again, shout out and thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel, been watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing it. I mean, we're truly growing because of y'all, and we're going to continue to keep doing what we're doing. I was shocked, honestly, but we had a couple of videos go viral over the last couple days. That video I posted yesterday afternoon about the YSL trial. That one's already at 25,000 views. And then when I posted on Sunday, it has over 30,000 views, y'all. Wow. So hey, just a little bit of encouragement to y'all, man. Sometimes you don't always see the results right away, but if you keep working at it, especially if you have a goal and a mission in mind, it'll definitely be worth it. And this is just the beginning. You know, it's dope to celebrate these milestones, but we still got a long way to go. We're going to continue to keep pushing. All right. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat, man. Shout out to Floyd, the real deal. Neil in the building. He said, I told you, you did. Shout out to Floyd. Marco the Prophet said 100K subs coming soon. Yo, Marco, listen, man, when I started this year, I have to go back and look. When I started this year, I think I was at 7,000, 8,000 subscribers. Nah, maybe it was more than that. I don't remember now. I'll have to go back and look. Anyway, and I said, all right, my goal at the end of this year is I want to get to 20,000 subscribers. Then you fast forward 6 months later, we already well surpassed that goal. I don't even know what goal to set. So I think I'm going to get off the subscriber goal and really focus on just the process, the daily process, putting in the work every day, making sure that I stay consistent, making sure that I get my 2 videos uploaded, make sure I'm here with y'all doing the live streams twice a day. Cause you know, I can't forget what got me here. So again, shout out and thank you to y'all for the encouragement and the love. It's dope, man. Yeah, if we hit 100K by the end of the year, jeez, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll be shocked. But yeah, we've got a good process down and we're working at it. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get into a couple of announcements and then we will get into our videos. First of all, y'all know we started a brand new show on Tuesdays and Thursdays for y'all. If you want to get your music heard and critiqued and actually see some live mixing and mastering in BandLab, you can check it out. Live music review show today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll start that as soon as this show is over, pretty much. We'll take a little bit of a break and then go right over there. So if y'all want to check it out, make sure you subscribe to the BandLab Engineer channel. All you have to do is go into the search bar on YouTube and type in the BandLab Engineer and you'll be able to find it there. All right. Also, last night we had an amazing episode of the Song of the Night live. Absolutely crazy. Super dope artists in there. And the Song of the Night live season 8 tournament is coming up next week, which I can't believe. It's going to be a great tournament. You see all the amazing artists we have in there right now. And then we're going to be giving away that last spot in the season 8 tournament tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all don't want to miss out on that. Let me give a shout out real quick, as I do every show, to everyone who's in the tournament so far. We got Nick Flanagan in there, Lanisha Houston, Greg Dose, Lily, Dizzy Days, Hollywood Coast, Stizzy Too Hard, Puma Red, Javier Lefair, King Creole, Smoking the One, Chainsaw P, aka Lord P, and Mandy X. All right, so as I said, we've got 4 artists actually that are competing in tomorrow night's Versus Challenge. So make sure y'all stay tapped in for that. It's going to be a good time, and you'll get a chance after the Versus is over to get your music heard. All right. So let me see, who else do we have in here? It looks like we had a couple other people stop by the show. I know we're running a little late, y'all, but I appreciate you. Shout out to Lifestyle Did It. He know Lifestyle Did It and Amy know that I was up. We were up this morning. Now Lifestyle Did It. It's still morning for him. It's 9 o'clock where he is because he's on the West Coast. So we're on West Coast time right now. We're gonna consider it 9 o'clock because it's still the Music Morning Show. But yeah, I was. I was up early this morning. He said, did you get some sleep? The answer is no, but thank you for asking, man. Shout out to you. And then of course the amazing Amy is in the building. Gotta show her some love. She showed some major love and support on the Song of the Night live last night, like she always does. So shout out to Amy. All right. Also, let me see. Six Lenses says, what would you recommend for beginners? Six Lenses, can you clarify and let me know exactly what you mean? Snapper Slapper says, Amy, did you and ClassE get married? So you so you has to change your name. That's right, Amy. She's all mine. I'm sorry, guys. Got to give it up. Yeah, breaking hearts out there. Amy says, Snap a Hollywood Co nicknamed me Amy because I make beats. That's funny. All right, and Six Lenses says, where do I recommend for beginners who are starting to do YouTube? What I would recommend is first understand what you want to do, what you want to talk about. If you want to talk about music, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And I would say figure out what you can do consistently. So can you post 2 videos a week? Then just post 2 videos a week and figure out what your goal is for consistency, because people want to see you consistently, whether that's 1 video a week or 2 videos a week. Then once you figure that out, you figure out what you want to make videos about. Then you can go through some of the things with thumbnails and understanding descriptions and all that. But I would start with figuring out what you want to talk about or what you want to make content on, and then figure out how consistently you can make it. I wouldn't push it up front because now, I mean, y'all see we're doing 2 live streams and dropping 2 videos a day. That is a lot of work. I mean, a ton of work. So I would start out, keep it simple. That way you can get your practice. I know there's a lot of content creators out there that say you got to get your first 100 videos out of the way before you can actually start to see some progress. So once you figure out what you want to do and how often you can do it, I think the rest of it is pretty much straightforward. So great question though. Shout out to Six Lenses. Let me see. So I think I got everybody in here. Let's go ahead and get into our topics because I know we've got a lot to cover. Oh, Amy's over there laughing. Amy, don't laugh. You know it's true. Over there laughing. Snapper said jump in other people's lives and steal their people. Yeah, that's a great way to grow. Collaborating is always dope. Snapper said ClassE built this and did it right. Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of different techniques and things you can do when you're first starting out. I wouldn't worry about that, honestly. I would worry about just figuring out what you want to do, what you could see yourself doing consistently, because you don't want to get, you know, to the end of your first or second year and then feel like, man, I don't even enjoy doing this anymore. So yeah, something to think about, and just try it at the end of the day. All right, let's go ahead and get into it because we've got a lot to cover and we have to be out of here by 1:30 to get into the other show. So we're going to start this off, and let me start this so we're good there with something real quick, man. This is y'all's guy. Y'all's guy, Joe Budden, is back in the news again. This just dropped the other day. It's a little snippet of Joe was on a Twitter Spaces, or X Spaces as it's called now. And he was talking about everything that's going on with the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And he decided for some reason to just put himself into this beef, as he's been wanting to for the longest, I'm sure. Listen to what he says. And shout out to Rap for posting this clip. It says, Joe says, I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick. And the job is done now. What? All right, this is crazy. Oh, hold on a second, y'all. Are we lagging a little bit? Let me make sure we're good. So it's for Are we good? I think we're still good. Y'all let me know in the chat. Can you hear me okay? Let me see. Because YouTube is saying that we're lagging. Floyd says we're good. Amy says we're definitely good. Okay, cool. All right, so y'all check out this quote from Joe Budden. It's ridiculous, man.
Kendrick, and the job is done now. That's how I feel in
All right, let me start it
my
over.
head and my heart.
That's crazy.
But that's looking at Drake as more than just a person. That's looking at him as an entity, a business,
Yeah.
That's a wild baton to
Definitely,
pass,
definitely.
by the way. Yeah.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake. I think that was a baton. I think I passed the baton to Push. I think Push passed the baton to Kendrick, and the job is done now.
Who thinks? Are y'all really mentioning Joe Budden and Pusha T? Joe Budden in the conversation with Pusha T and Kendrick. How does Joe Budden leave out Meek Mill, but he puts himself into this? This is crazy, man.
That's how I feel in my head and my heart.
That's crazy.
But that's looking at Drake as more than just a person. That's looking at him as an entity, a business,
That's a wild baton to
Definitely,
pass, by the way. Yeah.
As far as your other point, I'll share some really, it may come off the wrong way. It may sound narcissistic, but I don't think any one man takes down Drake.
Yeah, so anyway, just another L take from Joe Budden. I don't know why he included himself in the situation. And it seems like this is Joe's play now because, I don't know, maybe people aren't checking for him and respecting him when it comes to the music side of things. He just has to interject himself into other situations, giving advice to DJ Academics, saying that he passed the baton. I mean, come on, man, Joe. Nobody believes that. And then you could go through and read some of the comments too. This person says, dude never had a baton. Also, this person says, Joe Budden want to be a part of everything. Joe Budden skid marks in his draws button. God dang. Guys, Drake is still gonna drink. Ain't nothing changed. Certified haters. Weezy passed the torch to Drake and Bro still has it. That's an interesting take. This person says, bruh, too many dudes obsessed with one dude. Ooh. That's an interesting take as well. How you managed to say all that and still say nothing. Dang. All right. Anyway, we might have to make this a regular segment where we do Joe Budden L takes, but I don't know what Joe's talking about. Y'all let me know what you think about that in the comments, because Joe, he just wants to be that guy. He ain't it. What is Amy saying in here? She says, I'll never stop enjoying it. Keep pushing and live your dream. Shout out to her. Floyd said that this is hilarious. Amy said, we're definitely good. What does Floyd say? He said, and how you take down someone who can drop this week and still do Mrs. Not 69 kind of misses either. Oh, okay. My bad. You're talking about millions. And how can you take down someone who can drop this week and still do millions? Yeah. Yeah, Drake it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to beat him. And Floyd says, Joe Budden screaming, notice me. Oh, man. Yeah, should I play that song? I'll maybe add it as a sound effect anytime we talk about Joe Budden. And it still says we're having issues over here, man. Hold on a second. I want to make sure we're good because I keep... Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. So we might not be able to do it this way. Y'all give me 1 second. I want to make sure that everything's good on my end before we keep going.
wish I had you the same way that he had you. I wish these handprints could just stay wherever I grab you. You said your body count is 3 and that's just not true. But fuck, I love it when you lie, so girl, I got you. I guess I hear you, pretend I hear your side. And when you finish talking about your man, I ask to slide.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I'm crazy, you're my ride or die. This feels like perfect time. I mean, besides the fact you're hurting, that's why I'm inside. That's why I'm inside. Because your man, he just ain't worth it, he don't fit your vibe. I'm like the perfect guy. I mean, I know about everything, so we should at least try. I mean, as a guy, best friend, I see the window. His head's off with your man, so you a widow. Was this my intent from the start? I mean a little. I mean a little, I mean a little. As a guy, best friend, I see the window. His head's off with your man, so you a widow. Was this my intent from the start? I mean a little, I mean a little, I mean a little, I mean a little.
Let me know if we're good, y'all. Can you do me a favor and drop a 1 in the chat if we're good? We should be okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My streaming software is cutting up right now. Let me see. I'm waiting for the ones in the chat. See how much of a delay there is. Ugh. Because I don't want to have to restart it. Let's see. Can y'all hear me? Dang. All right, we might have to restart this. Y'all give me 1 second. If for some reason this live stream ends, yeah, there's a lot of a delay. If for some reason this live stream ends, just look for another one over on the ClassE Beats YouTube channel. All right, y'all give me a second. I'm gonna try and fix it. That's not what I wanted.
With you, there's nothing that could stop me. I wouldn't let it, because you're unforgettable and I won't forget it. You don't even mess when you leave, no, my heart's still intact. And you don't need a key or a cheat code, cause you're on the right track. You got what I need when I need, know that I'm calling you back, cause it's all unforgettable. Tell you that there's a difference as far as the eye can see. There's a difference and it's all that I can see. There's a difference and don't let them tell you wrong. There's a difference, you don't have to play along. Cause you know I searched the world to find you again. I would risk it all just to be with you. There's nothing that can stop me. I wouldn't let it, because you're unforgettable and I won't forget it. I would search the world to find you again. I would risk it all just to be with you. There's nothing that can stop me. I wouldn't let it.
Yeah, it looks like
because you're unforgettable.
It looks like YouTube is glitching because it says there's 200 people in here. Shout out to y'all if there are 200 people in here. I highly doubt it though. So it looks like it might be a YouTube thing, but we're gonna try and go with it, y'all. We'll just push through. But if y'all could let me know if you hear my audio skipping or something sounds a little bit off. Now it's saying we have 250,000 people in. What? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think we might be having a glitch in the YouTube matrix there. Amy said, "What the heck?" Yeah, it says 172. On my screen it says 290. So, all right, maybe YouTube's doing an update. Anyway, can y'all hear me okay though? Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me, and we'll go ahead and get back into it. It looks like we might be getting a little bit better. I see 290. Yeah, now it says 350. I don't know what's going on. It says 290. Yeah, it looks like we're good now. I think it's a glitch on YouTube because the views don't even match how many people we have in here. Weird. Very strange. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, he says 381 now. Sheesh. So let's go ahead and get into talking about what's going on with Lil Woody's ex-attorney or ex-lawyer, Caleb Bumpus. All right, so we're going to check it out here in a second. Amy said you're going viral. Nah, Amy, it's not. It's not real. It's not real. Even though it looks like it is on my end, I don't think we have that many people watching. But I don't know. I could be wrong. If we do have that many people watching, hey, shout out to y'all. Thanks for stopping by. We're about to get into our topic here in a minute. Make sure you like the video. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time we go live. Yeah. It's been one of those days, but here we go. All right, y'all check this out. So Judge Glanville, oh man, this guy, Judge Glanville is back at it again. Not only is he still trying to stay on this case, despite of all the motions to recuse that have been filed, he's rejected every single one of them. But now there was supposed to be a hearing today featuring Lil Woody's ex-lawyer, Caleb Bumpus. But instead, Judge Glanville said, nah, I don't want to meet this week. We're going to go ahead and move it to next week, which is crazy because once I read this amended order, y'all are going to see exactly what Judge Glanville is trying to do. And then you're actually going to get to hear from Caleb Bumpus in a second, explaining what she thinks was happening in the meeting, who she possibly thinks the mole is, because it's not her. And you're going to hear it from her as well. All right. So y'all check this out. Judge Glanville filed this. And it's in the Superior Court of Fulton County, state of Georgia. All right. It says amended order to show cause. The court having scheduled a show cause hearing for the 25th day of June 2024, which was today at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It has since determined that the hearing should be continued to a later date to provide the parties who have been ordered to appear an opportunity to review the transcript of the June 10th, 2024 ex parte conversation prepared by the court's official court reporter. So the court reporter had to prepare this saying, obviously, as we mentioned before, Judge Glanville wants some things redacted. He doesn't want everything to be included from this secret meeting. All right. The thing that is strange is Kayla is already here. And I know she was one of the main ones that was going to be involved in this hearing. So why it got moved, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out here in a second. He also says, accordingly, it is hereby ordered that all individuals that were present for the ex parte conversation that took place in the court's chambers on the morning of June 10th, 2024, to show cause before the Honorable Judge Glanville on July 3rd, 2024. So they're moving it to next week. And here's the location. Why one or more of them should be held in contempt for disclosing information from the ex parte conversation for members of the defense counsel. Again, this is so weird to me that Judge Glanville is going about it this way, because according to Kayla, and y'all heard it from the interview that she did with Talk That Law, she said that Judge Glanville never said that this meeting was supposed to be a secret, that she wasn't supposed to tell anyone. And with Woody being a sworn witness, this meeting shouldn't have taken place in the first place. So it's just really odd to see how Judge Glanville is going about this whole thing, because he's making it look like he's guilty, honestly, and that he did something wrong and they have to, redact certain things about what happened inside of the meeting. But it gets better. Y'all listen to this part. It is further ordered that the court will conduct an in-camera review of the June 10th, 2024 transcript with the necessary parties on the first day of July 2024. So what does this mean? The in-camera review is basically saying we're not going to get to see and hear any of it, which is absolutely crazy, y'all. So Judge Glanville, not only is he not going to give them the full transcript, but he's going to keep all of this information from the public. Even though we found out about the meeting, we heard about the meeting, but when it comes to what happened and what was said in the meeting, Judge Glanville wants to do an in-camera review and keep it from everybody. And let me give you guys a little bit more of an explanation of what an in-camera review is. All right, an in-camera review in court refers to the process where a judge privately examines certain evidence, documents, or information to determine its relevance, admissibility, or potential impact on the case. The term in camera means in chambers. So basically they're all going to have this nice little meeting in his chambers. So another ex parte meeting. Oh my gosh. And the term in camera means in chambers in Latin, indicating that this review takes place in the judge's private office or chambers, not in open court. The procedure is used to protect sensitive or confidential information from public disclosure or to make the preliminary decisions without prejudicing, I know I said that right, wrong, the jury or the public. Which is, again, strange to me, because if we already know about the meeting, we already know something happened. What are we to think about this? What are we to think once they come out of this in-camera review, and who knows what's going to happen? Is Brian still going to say, okay, I've seen enough, we can move forward? Is the judge going to threaten somebody again like he threatened Lil Woody that we already heard in the meeting? I don't know. This all just seems like Judge Glanville is continuing to show us that he can't be trusted, that he's biased, and he has something to hide. It's so odd. It's further ordered that the failure of any individuals who were present for the June 10th, 2024 ex parte conversation to appear for the show cause hearing will cause the court to direct the Fulton County Sheriff's Office to take them into custody and bring them to the bar of this court. All right, we've got another video I want to show from the lead attorney. Again, he's done an amazing and excellent job covering this YSL case. If y'all haven't checked him out, make sure you do that. I will link to his video in the description of this video, and also to AV to the 7th, who has been co-hosting with him and covering this as well. They were actually able to get Caleb Bumpus on their platform and ask some great questions about what happened, what she can tell them, what she can't tell them, and what are some of the things she thinks is going to happen once she actually goes to this hearing. Now, at the time this video or this interview was done, Kayla did not know that everything was going to be moved to the 3rd. So she's actually not an Atlanta attorney, or she's not based in Atlanta. She's based in Houston. So she already flew down the day before. She was getting ready for the hearing that was supposed to take place today. And now, of course, she found out that it's being moved to July 3rd. So listen to what she has to say, and shout out to the lead attorney for this great video.
Like court staff. So, I mean, you know, it was different people, but I can't really talk about that yet, but we will talk about it.
I hear you. Now, I will admit, Ms. Bumpus, that I, especially considering what the judge was thinking, and, I don't have any information. I'm just here watching like everybody else. I did think that it was you that was the mole. I did. And then I had infamous Sylvia come up a couple of days ago or last week, and I'm not sure if you met her. She is I
know Sylvia.
Yes, and she's been in the courtroom pretty much every single day, keeping tabs on this. And because she's been there for so long, she's developed relationships with people in the courtroom, defense attorneys, and even the family of Young Thug. She's pretty close to Young Thug's father. Yeah. And so she has a lot of inside knowledge. And she came up and she was like, no. Kayla, in fact, is not the mole. It was not you. It was not you. Do you want to comment?
Now, she's going to comment on this. Y'all have to let me know what you think. I don't believe anybody in this situation, honestly. If I'm just keeping it real. Everyone here is clearly there to protect themselves, excuse me, and their interests. So I don't know. We'll see what Kayla has to say, though.
In fact, is not the mole. It was not you. It was not you. Do you want to comment on anything about, if it was you, if it wasn't you? Kind of, what do you think about that?
I mean, I just let people think what they want to think.
Mm-hmm. She sounds just like Woody. What you mean? What you mean? Now, she said actually that she passed you, or she saw you going to the secret meeting that morning when you should. Oh yeah, they
see. And Kayla's over there pleading the fifth. She said, "Hey, they can believe whatever they want to believe." Come on, Kayla. That's such a lawyery answer.
not the mole. It was not you. It was not you. Do you want to comment on anything about, if it was you, if it wasn't you? Kind of, what do you think about that?
Oh, man.
I mean, I just let people think what they want to think.
Mm-hmm. She sounds just like Woody.
She
What
said
you
I plead
mean?
the fifth.
What you mean now? She said actually
man.
that she passed you, or she saw you going to the secret meeting that morning when you should. Oh yeah, listen. The streets have eyes and ears. Okay, you can't go anywhere. And according to her, she said that your countenance, your affect, you weren't really happy about it. She said that you looked a little frustrated, a little angry while you were going there. Did you know what you were going to when you were summoned to the judges' chambers, or at least how did that go? How did you find out that you needed to go to the judges' chambers?
Well, that's not very accurate. What I'm not saying she's wrong, but she doesn't really know what was going on.
Okay.
When she saw me, I was going to the bathroom. So it was, and it was a whole thing. Like I had got locked in the jury bathroom, and I had to come out to open court, like because I couldn't
Kayla
get back.
was heated.
It was just so.
Out of context. That was out of context.
Okay. So sometimes we can misread the tea leaves, right? So and shout out to Miss.
So I think the interesting thing about this, and I'll let the lead attorney finish in a second, is throughout everything I've heard, Kayla hasn't said she didn't talk to anyone about it. What it seems that she's implying is she's saying, I wasn't the first one to talk about it, or I wasn't the first one who let people know that a meeting was happening, right? So there seems maybe there's something there. Fingers are being pointed all over the place. Some people are saying it's the court reporter and she was the one who leaked the information. I think I even heard something yesterday. I can't remember who it was from, but I heard something yesterday. They said that they think it might be the attorney who was on vacation, and maybe he got forwarded the email and accidentally forwarded the email to somebody else about the meeting. So I mean, we're really not going to know. And with Judge Glanville saying, hey, we're going to have a meeting in my chambers, and we'll talk about everything that went on instead of showing that to the public, we might never know what happened.
Sylvia again, because she's just reporting on kind of what she sees, and what we see sometimes it can be accurate, or what we see sometimes we can miss some context. So what you're saying is, in fact, that you are the mole. Is that right? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
I'm not speaking on it. My attorneys will have a fit.
Yeah.
Where are you? And again, the motion. Yeah, that's true. The motion that you filed here was a thing of beauty, to be honest. Me and AV have read so many legal draftings that are they're terrible to read. Now, in this motion that we are looking at, it looks like you're asking for two things. It looks like you're asking for a motion to quash the hearing tomorrow, and you are asking for a motion to recuse the judge. Can you tell us just briefly kind of what is a motion to quash, and why is this something that you want?
Yeah, and also before Kayla goes, we still haven't heard anything from the Supreme Court yet. So y'all know we went over in past videos where we talked about some of the filings that went straight to the Supreme Court because Judge Glanville he's just not moving. He's not allowing the defense to try and get him recused, which obviously makes sense. He doesn't want to get fired, but we still haven't heard back from the Supreme Court. So we still got to wait to hear on that. And we're also waiting to hear on Judge Glanville's official ruling in this case with Kayla.
What is quash?
I mean, I guess in layman terms, like I guess what my mom said when she saw it, she said, does squash mean squash? And I'm like, well,
I like that.
But, I mean, just without, like, my attorneys, they did a really good job. They've done a really good job. They've all been there. And, I have attorney Gabe Banks, Julius Collins, Kristen Nove, Nicole Mormon, and Kyle. And they all are great attorneys. And they put a lot of work into this. And I appreciate them so much. But I guess the thing now is of course, we all know that the motion to recuse, which we've been hearing about for weeks now from several motions to recuse, was denied. And also Judge Glanville decided not to grant a certificate of immediate review, which was interesting.
Of course.
And then he did not let them at all address the motion to quash. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. So I'm not allowed to speak on that until that happens. I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow or what happens next as far as that goes.
Gotcha. So the motion to quash has not been ruled on. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, but the judge did rule on the motion to recuse?
Yes.
And I guess he denied. He said it ain't going nowhere, right?
Yep.
That's wild.
All right. So what time?
So then there's just another instance of Judge Glanville just completely trying to shut things down in this case. I'll be interested to see. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be another mole when this in-camera review takes place next week, or maybe there will be a ruling from the Supreme Court or from Judge Glanville between now and next week. It's really hard to tell in most cases. And honestly, with him moving everything, it seems like he's trying to buy himself some time. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. You think Kayla is the mole? She really hasn't said that she's not the mole. I don't know. I'm going to take her at her word for it. I honestly don't think it changes anything if she is the mole, but that leaves the question. If you don't think Kayla is the mole, who could it possibly be? And why would they have leaked this information? All right. And we've got our community attorney is in here. Javier Lefair is in the building. Appreciate you stopping by, man. And all of y'all are showing love because YouTube says there's 1,500 people in here. Hey, if there is 1,500 people in here, shout out to y'all. I have no idea how y'all found this video, but make sure you say what's up in the comments and in the chat, because I want to show y'all love and appreciate y'all for stopping by the channel. All right, let me see who else do we have. And I need to pause this at a different place because I got lead and AV looking crazy over here.
Are you planning on?
There we go. All right, what are y'all saying? Amy said maybe they're ghost watching. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are. Amy also says, ClassE, maybe YouTube is outputting your algorithm more because you've been consistently growing and they like the content. IDK, but either way, I'm proud of you and this community. Shout out to Amy, one of the biggest supporters here. Six Lenses says, after everything, do you think Young Thug should be locked up or no? Here's the crazy thing, Six Lenses. We're not even halfway through the case. So we don't even know. I mean, you could look up and see what the RICO charges are, but we don't even know what the prosecution is trying to say, because we've been stuck at this point for so long. And we were talking about this earlier, but can you imagine being a part of this jury and you're having to sit there and you're having to listen to this day after day after day? And I've been in the Fulton County court system. They give you a little notebook that's about this size and you get to write and take notes on it. You can't take the notebook home. You forget things. You have to sit here. You're disgruntled. You're not getting paid well for the days that you're in court. So, man, I don't even, at this point, we've been watching it so close, possibly even closer than the jury members have, because we've got so much information available to us. And I don't even know if Young Thug should be locked up, to be honest. Like, this trial has been drug on for so long. And honestly, just because of all the road bumps that Judge Glanville is putting in place to have a seemingly fair trial, especially recently, it's just, man, can we just get a mistrial and y'all start this whole thing over? But we know our lady here in Fulton County, Miss Fannie Willis, is not going to let that happen. So I guess I need to answer your question. After everything, do you think Young Thug should be locked up? I have no idea, man. I don't know, because I don't even know where we're going. Because if we take all this Lil Woody testimony that's been happening for the past 2 weeks, listening to Lil Woody, I mean, Thug didn't really have anything to do with what went on with Big Nut's murder. And that's the big thing that they're really trying to nail him on. And one of the biggest parts of this entire RICO case, right? So, I mean, you can show that Young Thug was receiving phone calls before Big Nut got shot, after he got shot, and he received a bunch of phone calls. We'll have to see more evidence before I can even start to make a decision here. But this case, as it looks right now, I mean, it just needs to be, they need to hit the reset button, because this whole thing has been wild. Snappa Slappa says there is. You see, I got a hold of the bot guy. Oh, shout out to the bot guy. Also, Javier Lefair says this trial has to be crazy expensive, especially housing and feeding the jury. Javier Lefair, I mean, not only that, but this is the biggest case in the history of Fulton County. It might even be in the history of Georgia. So, you know, they're pulling out all the stops. Fannie, you know, she likes her expensive stuff. So she's going to be getting a little piece of that too, I'm sure. I shouldn't be talking like that because I walk the streets in Fulton County. Anyway, Snapper Slapper said guilty till proven innocent. Unfortunately. Floyd said, I am flabbergasted at how this has gone. Javier Lefair, should it go to mistrial? Let me know what you think. We've got Black Butters up in here. He said this case should be dismissed and thought out. This whole thing has been a shamble. I agree with you 1,000%. Snapper Slapper agrees. Lanisha Houston's in the building. What's up? Good to see you in here. Amy's thinking. Let me know your thoughts, Amy. Don't think in silence. Share your thoughts. Javier Lefair, when asked by Floyd if there should be a mistrial, says, I think so. I don't think it's possible that Thug can get a fair trial at this point. I mean, it's so many instances from the ex parte meetings to Judge Glanville not granting certificates. I mean, if you're a judge that's above board and has no bias, why wouldn't you let someone try and recuse you? If someone comes to me and they make accusations, and I'm just like, hey, man, whatever. You want to make that accusation, it's fine. Go ahead. If you want to go and you want to talk to YouTube about it and try and find the receipts, please do that. I don't care because it's not true. But in this case, Judge Glanville has shut every single thing down for not only him to show that he's not biased, but to give the defense a chance to do their job. So I'm with Javi on this one, man. They got to get Judge Glanville out of here. Looks like we're going to have several more years of Fannie Willis. So there might be many more Judge Glanvilles out there. Let's see. All right, we're going to get a couple more comments in here, and then we're going to move to our next topic. Let's see. Floyd, the real deal Neil says, like the live, all 14K of y'all. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these 15K viewers, man. I don't think there's that many people in here. Because it says we've got 1,500 viewers and the chat rate's at 5. It just doesn't make any sense. So shout out to the YouTube going crazy. Snapper Slapper says, Amy, the loudest noise comes from the little voices. Black Buddha says, how much money do you think Thug is paying his lawyer? Ooh, that's a good question. I have no idea. Javi would probably know. Javi, how much do you think that Brian Steele is getting? Amy says, I got a Fanny for Miss Fanny. Oh, man. Black Buddha also says, or is it Black Buddha? Is it Black Buddha or Black Buddha? I think it's Black Buddha. Anyway, he says they know they messed up because if they do dismiss it, that's a big lawsuit. So they're scared to throw out the case. I don't see where the lawsuit could be. Javi, you'll have to let me know. And again, if y'all want to call in and share your thoughts, the link to call in is in the pinned comment. So y'all can call in at any point and let me know what you think. But I don't see there being a lawsuit. If there's a mistrial, I mean, that seems like standard procedure, and that happens all the time. I don't know, Javi, you'll have to tell me if I'm wrong on that or not. And he said Brian Steele is probably getting 300 to 500K. Dang, that's not a lot, man. That is not a lot. If you're considering that this case is going to take so much time and so many years for a lawyer, dang, that doesn't seem like a lot at all. I'd be interested to see. Maybe I can do a little bit of digging and see if they could say, if I can find out. Let's see, how much is Brian Steele? Yeah, I mean, there's really no way of knowing. Lanisha says, my advice is stop being messy. Yeah, and why doesn't Judge Glanville just grant them the certificate so they can present their argument and we can move on? Floyd said, yeah, put that detective glass to work. Yeah, y'all see my glass? They were making fun of me for drinking during the live stream. Okay, yeah, it's Black Butter. What's up, man? Snapper Slapper says, I don't think he cares about the money at this point. He's trying to F the government up. Yeah, and Brian Steele, he's one of the top attorneys, if not the top attorney, not only in Fulton County, but in the state. So he's killing it. Estimated compensation range. Top criminal defense attorneys in the U.S. can charge anywhere from $500 to $1,500 per hour. For particularly high profile cases, rates could be even higher. For a major case, flat fees can range from $50,000. I mean, yeah, there's no way of knowing. All we know is that Brian, he's getting the bag, but I don't think he's getting paid enough. Do y'all? I don't know. Let me know. Amy says, I like a little messy sometimes. Carry on. All right, Amy. That's what I like to hear. Black Butter says, bro, time and discretion. That's what the lawsuit comes to come in 2 years. Bro, that's a lot. It was just, I don't know, man. I don't know the answer to that when it comes to the law. Because even if there's a mistrial, Javier Lefair says judges almost never recuse themselves when it's their own error that caused the mistake. It's like admitting I messed up. Yeah, and I think even in the Trump case, there was I'll have to go back. Y'all don't quote me on this. And maybe I'll be able to find it too. There was a judge in the Trump case that they had issues with, and they filed a motion to recuse against him. And he granted a certificate. He's like, yeah, whatever. Y'all go check it out. And everything was fine. Let's see. Was there? I'm going to look it up so I can tell y'all exactly. But yeah, Javier, he is an attorney, and he said it doesn't make sense for a judge to let that happen. Because if they get recused, then that looks bad for them, which makes sense. Let's see. Let me see if I could find it. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? Okay, I'm glad I'm not making stuff up because my memory is terrible. In the case involving former President Donald Trump and others related to election interference in Georgia, a judge did grant a certificate of immediate review, a certificate for an immediate review. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee, that's who it was, issued a certificate of immediate review, allowing Trump and his co-defendants to appeal the decision that kept Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis on the case. The certificate allows the defendants to challenge the ruling that Willis should remain despite allegations of a romantic relationship with a special prosecutor involved in the case. And there's actually an article on this if y'all find this interesting. And then we'll get to the next part. Javier Lefair said, I had a judge recuse themselves today because a judge got locked up and was in court today. Oh, Lord. Javi, what did he do? What did he do, man? So here it goes. So here's an example of where a judge granted or issued, I should say, a certificate of immediate review. So judge allows appeal of Fani, we'll call her Fani. I'll put some respect on her, right? Fani Willis ruling, but will not delay the Trump case. All right. The judge on the Georgia election interference case has granted a defense request to allow an appeal of his order that kept the Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis on the case. Fulton County Superior Court Clerk Che Alexander's office stamped at 9:34 a.m. the certificate of immediate review. I want to look at this too. We'll look at it at some later point. Anyway, they signed it. Scott McAfee signed it. He ruled on Friday that that Miss Willis and her office could stay in the case if the special prosecutor Nathan Wade withdrew, which he did the same day. After controversy swirled for more than 2 months and allegations about a romantic relationship between Willis and Wade. All right. So it seems pretty straightforward. So again, since Judge Glanville is the one at fault or who allegedly made the error, Javier Lefair is saying it doesn't make sense for him to grant the certificate because then he's gonna look bad. Wow, that's crazy. Javier Lefair said, I bring that up to show y'all that when it's an obvious conflict of interest, they'll recuse themselves. But when it's because of their own error, they won't do it. Yep, exactly. There you go, man. Call it what it is. That's our legal system. Wow. All right, y'all ready to get into the next topic? Oh, hold on a second. We got Floyd, the real deal, Neil in the building. Hold on, let me make sure that he can hear me. Audio source. We'll go here. And let me bring up Floyd and see what he has to say about this. All right. Floyd, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great, man. What's up? What's your thoughts?
Man, my thoughts is this right here. These folks love to see these folks love to see black people tearing other black people down. And right now, that's what you got. A court full of black people just going against each other. The truth of the matter is, I don't think nobody thinks that Thug ain't had nothing at all, you know what I mean, to do with any other situation at some point.
Yep.
But we all have to have the right to have a fair trial. And whenever you get to the place where you got a man that's sitting up there operating in complete authority, saying what can and can't come in, trying to allow testimonies that have to do with whole different trials. And this attorney is sitting there telling them, hey, I don't want this submitted because now this jury who's going to be, looking at him for this is automatically going to say, oh, no, he's guilty of that. Like, nah, it don't work, man. That's the reason we have checks and balances, and there has to be a process to it. As far as what it is that these attorneys is making, bro, this ain't even where they bring them in. They're going to get their dollar after this is over when they get to write books and doing interviews and all that type of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If you even look at Shannon Sharp, he done made more money on social media, YouTube, than what he ever made inside of his NFL career. So I don't even think that it's necessarily about the money play right now. I think it's more so about we need to look at how it is that they have us looking divided, and a house divided against itself can't stand. That's scripture. That's biblical. So we got to be careful about that. Principles of the Bible, principles everywhere. And if we get to a place where there's just honest communication and people are allowed to put their facts out, then we can actually have some fair, equal assessment as to what it is that needs to be done in this case. But you get certain folk up there like Lil Woody, I mean, that boy, he need a check all in and of itself. One of them red ones that come from the state, and an actor check, because that boy is certified. That boy is certified.
Shout out to Lil Woody, man. He's up there killing it. He's been the best thing that happened to this trial for sure.
Hey, we all need a Lil Woody in our corner.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Oh, man. Hey, so let me know what you think about this whole ex parte meeting that happened, this secret meeting. What do you think is the deal with that? Go ahead.
In my opinion, with that ex parte meeting, rules is rules, fam. I tell my kids all the time, like, hey, we put these rules in place in order to protect you. So if you go out there and break them, then there's consequences to come along with it. I don't care if it was just them coming in to say, good morning, Judge, but like, nah, if you ain't supposed to meet, stay we could have waited till we got to the courtroom and then could have excused everybody to the chambers. But ain't none of that old secret stuff, because that's how it only take, like they say, it take 10 seconds to get in more trouble than it take you 10 years to get out of. It takes 5 seconds to have a conversation that can railroad that whole man's life. And at the end of the day, whenever I look at the situation and it's in a bigger notice, we're talking about one person, Young Thug. But can you imagine how many families are being supported, provided for, are able to do, and keeping people from kicking in folks' doors? Because I know how it is. Whenever I was out there in the streets for real, if I ain't got it, I'm going to get it. And because he was there, it stopped a whole lot of people from being hurt. So now you sit up here trying to take somebody out of the community without actual valid evidence or allowing the evidence to be put forth. Yeah, you might get him out of there, but that crime rate gonna shoot up regardless.
Yeah, and you even think about a person like Lil Woody, right? he benefited so much just from being around Thug. And I mean, this is only one guy that we're hearing about. You've got his son that was there. You've got his friends. You've got Young Thug's brother, just like you mentioned. So, I mean, there's definitely, you can see it from both sides. I know the prosecution is probably going to lean on the side of, yeah, but this, you know, the community's better off if he's in jail because this man committed these certain crimes. But I could definitely see that side of it too. And we really still,
at the very least, start that thing over. Hit the reset, give us a mulligan, and allow it to be somebody who's gonna be up there and operate in complete integrity. Because I don't. That's my thing about it. Integrity is everything. You got to do the right thing when ain't nobody looking. And I just don't look at him as a man of good character anymore, just based upon some of the stuff that has been done during this trial. And for me, that kind of kills it all.
yeah. And I want to get one more question from you, and then I'll let you go. When it comes to Judge Glanville, right? He already had a high standing, not only in his position, but just as he was viewed by the court, right? What do you think? What do you think his incentive is behind the way that he's moving when it comes to him showing clear bias towards the prosecution?
I'll be honest with you. Am I still there?
Yeah. I got you. You're good.
I don't even think that it's necessarily an incentive. I think that they went into this with a mindset to try to get him off of the streets, but I can't remember the exact name of the test that was done. But they had a test where they took X amount of individuals on this side, X amount on this side, and they put certain ones as prisoners, the other ones as the correctional officers. And just in time, because of that place of authority, then the ones who equal people, but the ones who are in positions of power begin to abuse that authority. And I think that him just being in that place for so long, he's trying to move his weight around and let them know, hey, this is my courtroom, this, that, and the other. But you got to be careful with that, because whenever you moving like a boss, you got to realize there's somebody out there that want to be a boss, and they're going to do whatever it is that they can in order to try to take the boss out. So now that they can get that respect that was revered there, kind of how them folks be trying to slide up in here and steal viewers and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, real will prevail. And I don't feel like he cut like that to the point where what he's doing is going to be something that is going to be smiled upon or applauded by his constituents as time continues to go.
All right. Hey, great insight, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, man. It's good to talk to you. And I think you made some absolutely great points, brother.
You too. Hey, y'all be blessed. I'm still in the chat.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And you can call in anytime, man. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
All right. That was Floyd, the real deal. Neil, y'all give him a round of applause. Making some great points, man. Making some great points. And I don't know. When it comes to Judge Glanville in this instance, when you know that this is the biggest case, when you know people are seeing this, the world's watching this, and you have a responsibility just to just represent not only your position, but Fulton County well. And I'm not seeing that in this case, because if you even look at his tone from before, when he held Brian Steele in contempt for just knowing about the ex parte meeting and not telling him who the mole was, to after Brian Steele, he got that basically wiped out by the Georgia Supreme Court. He started to chill out a little bit, and we'll see in the video that we're going to watch here in a minute, how he kind of just pulled back. He relaxed. He's like, oh, okay. Yes. Defense. I kind of hear what you're saying. And he still ends up ruling with the state. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I could see the Georgia Supreme Court ruling to just move this. But you never know, man, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't know. All right, I'll read a couple more comments. If y'all want to call in, again, the link to call in is in the description. And shout out to Floyd for doing that. Black Budden says, we all need a Lil Woody. It's crazy. Hey, yeah, I couldn't let that one go. Black Budden says, do you think Thug did all these crimes? I believe that you're innocent until proven guilty? That is my lawyer response to that question. Javier Lefair is in the building as well. Floyd said, I pulled into the middle of the street to speak on this. My bad, y'all. Them emergency blinkers going crazy. Oh, man. Got to be safe. That's right. Floyd said, that man is innocent. He couldn't do it. He is legally blind. Y'all, don't start that. Yeah, Amy knows what's up. I think you're innocent until proven guilty. And I'm going to leave it at that. All right, y'all ready to move into the next topic? Because this one is a little interesting. So there's a couple of things I want to point out here. Of course, y'all know we've got Lil Woody interviews on deck. I think there's 17 plus hours of Lil Woody talking to the police. Oh, this is crazy. All right, Javi, we got to bring this man up. Javier Lefair is in the building, our resident attorney.
Oh,
there he is, man. Javi, you want to be on camera or you're good? You're good there.
I'm good for the camera today. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you perfect, man. All right, we've got a professional in here, so I'm gonna shut up. Let me know what's on your mind, man.
Oh man, I was just calling in, man, see what y'all were wondering today. I didn't have anything specific, man.
Hey, and if y'all have questions in the chat, especially if you have questions for an attorney about this case, definitely go ahead and ask them now. So Javi, let me get your thoughts on this ex parte meeting. I really wanted to hear what you think about that, because there is just so much going on when it comes to everything leading up to that, when Lil Woody was held in contempt on Friday, and then they brought him straight out of jail into that secret meeting to the information being leaked. So just give me an idea. What are your thoughts of just this whole situation?
Man, that ex parte meeting was like, man, that was just a huge mistake on part of a judge.
Uh-oh. We lost him. Dang. I think you're breaking up, Javi.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I couldn't the ex parte meeting, as I was saying, man, that was a huge mistake on Judge Glanville's part. And man, I just couldn't believe that a judge of his stature and someone who's been on the bench, I think it was like over 20 something years, would make when I first heard about it, I thought it was a mistake. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I was like, you know, I was like, man, a judge like this wouldn't do something like this, you know, maybe it was a mistake or something.
Yeah.
But as time as each day has passed, it looks more and more the intent to be sneaky or the intent to hide something is just becoming more evident. He hasn't given them the transcripts from the hearing. I thought he would do that on day one or day two.
Exactly.
They still have no transcripts of the hearing, so they still don't know what was discussed. He's telling them if he does turn it over, it's going to be redacted. This was just it's just this is huge. It's a very bad mistake on Judge Glanville's part. As I stated in the chat, because of this mistake, I don't think that Young Thug could get a fair trial at this point anymore.
Oh man, that's huge, man. That's huge.
Yeah, because I obviously haven't seen the transcripts, but there's no doubt in my mind that they were back there telling Woody that basically intimidating the witness, basically constantly reminding him of what had happened if he doesn't testify, or even probably if he said certain things. So they thought he was going to say that they suspected he was going to get up there and say that he killed Big Nut himself. And if he did do that,
messes up the whole thing.
Throws a whole wrench in the case. And I think that they were back there, you know, just my opinion, I believe they're back there intimidating him to kind of stay on course of normal testimony and not kind of veer off into his own, that I killed Nut thing.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you too, when it comes to these type of meetings, I'm sure you've been a part of several of them. How does the judge inform the defense and the prosecution that everything that goes on in this meeting is to be basically kept within the chambers or within, I guess, the sanctity of that meeting. Like, how does that whole process go?
Well, so when you have so the judge chambers, y'all, is just the judge's office. It's a fancy word for the judge's office in the back of the courtroom. So when they meet with the judge, usually that doesn't have to be said, because why would it? You have the state's attorneys there, you have the defense attorneys there. You don't have to really say this should be kept here, because both sides are present and they both know what was said.
Right.
It'll be no different if y'all were both in court. You know, you wouldn't ask them to keep it secret. I really think that judge.
Dang, we lost him again. Just when it was getting good. Hold on, let's give him a second. He'll be back.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good, man. You're back.
Yeah, my phone is timing out. It's going to like the wallpaper screensaver mode.
Oh, you're good, man. No worries.
What was I just saying? Judge Glanville.
Yeah, I was
saying before it cut off.
Yeah, I was asking you about what happens leading up to the meeting, and you were saying that it's usually not stated that, okay, this is a secret, because everybody's doing the same thing they would do in court. There's a reporter, there's a defense, there's a prosecution, there's a witness, and
exactly.
Yeah.
There's no reason to say, hey, keep this secret. Now, I was saying before the phone cut off that it just becomes more and more evident that, why would he tell, why is he asking Brian Steele, how did you find out about this? This is supposed to be secret. You're not supposed to know about this.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard a judge say.
ClassE, it is, man. I'm telling you, like, I can't believe that a judge of his stature is actually, doing this.
Yeah.
Man, the best thing he could do, man, is to just be transparent and just grant that certificate of immediate review.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the best. That's the best. I don't know why he just won't do that. It just, I have no idea why he won't do that. The only thing I can think of is, I think he knows he's dead wrong on the issue, and I think the Supreme Court or another court is going to rule against him and rule in favor of the movements or the movements of the motion or the writ.
Yeah, which I'm glad you bring that up, because with that motion that was filed with the Supreme Court, what do you think the outcome is going to be? I know we reviewed it a little bit here on the channel, but what do you think the Supreme Court is thinking when they see this? And I mean, how does it look for Judge Glanville?
Well, I think that the Supreme Court is going to is definitely going to be in favor of the defense attorney side. I can't see any way that they would give an okay to Judge Glanville to do this or to vouch that this was proper procedure.
Right.
This was bad, man. They're definitely going to rule for the defense. Now, the remedy, I'm unsure of. I'm not sure if the remedy is going to be that they force him to grant. They filed a writ of mandamus, and that is.
Oh, we lost him again, man! Just when it was getting good. There he is. You're back. You're back.
Okay, yeah. They filed a writ of mandamus, and that just forces a government official to do their duty that they're normally obligated to do.
Right.
They want him to grant that certificate of immediate review. And so I don't know the remedy of the writ. I don't know if it's going to be that they'll force him to grant that certificate or they'll make him recuse himself. I'm guessing it's going to be one of the two.
Right. So if they grant him the certificate, if they grant him the opportunity to give the certificate, it's kind of an out to say, all right, this is your last chance, Glanville. Like, we're going to say you need to give them the certificate before we tell you you're off the case, essentially.
Right. Wow. Right. If they tell him that, it's just because he should have done that in the first place.
Right. Exactly. Wow.
Yeah, he should have done this. He should have done it in the first place, man. To me, he's digging a deeper hole day by day. The more he prolongs this issue, denying their motions, and it'll just grant them the certificate so you can get the ball rolling. Because right now it's like we're stuck at this point, and we're not going anywhere.
Now there is a question in the comments from Floyd. He says, Yesterday's arguments was largely to stop the prosecution from using the video of his interview. Yeah, and we're going to go over that here shortly. He said, does the defense have a good case saying being that they were asking about a weapon that would mess up his other case? So let me try that again. It says, does the defense have a good case when they're saying that asking about a weapon would mess up one of the other cases? I'm not sure about that, Floyd. I didn't see that part of it either. So maybe you'll have to rephrase it. But we're gonna get into a little bit of what was said by Lil Woody yesterday and some of the back and forth between Judge Glanville and the defense. So we'll get into that shortly, because again, even as the defense made some, in my opinion, great objections and showed Judge Glanville why certain parts of the testimony should be left out, of course, we know Judge Glanville still granted the state permission to use it. So I don't know. It's just wild out here, man. I did have one more thing I wanted to ask you, though.
Go ahead.
The biggest thing to me about this whole ex parte meeting was Lil Woody being a sworn witness, right? Now, how much of a weight does that have into maybe or possibly the Supreme Court's decision to force Glanville to remove himself?
Well, the whole thing about him being a sworn witness is major because he's already sworn in he's already been sworn in as a witness.
Mm-hmm.
So, and what that means is at that point is he's already under oath. Okay. Now, when you have an ex parte meeting with a witness who's already under oath as to what his testimony is going to be, that's a huge problem. Okay. Because it looks like intimidation. It looks like coercion. And I believe, as I stated earlier, I think the whole purpose of them calling this meeting is because they found out that Lil Woody was going to get on the stand and say that he killed Nut.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they wanted to pressure him and to remind him what happens if he doesn't testify, what happens if he gives false testimony. It's intimidating to not have the defense attorney there while you're giving those instructions or kind of laying out the consequences of those actions. It's unfair because it has to be intimidation. It's not transparent. Won't turn over transcripts. I mean, it's just bad. And it's just what I said earlier, man. I really can't believe that a chief judge like Judge Glanville would try to pull something like this off. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I can't believe it.
It's a shame, man. I mean, you think about it, the defense couldn't even, there wasn't anyone that was there to let him know his rights, right? To say, hey,
Right.
Lil Woody, like you have immunity for this. So even if you say it, it doesn't matter because they told you it's okay.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, that's one of the reasons I'm interested to see this cross-examination, because it's my opinion, and tell me if you agree, that Lil Woody has every incentive to give the defense whatever he wants. So the only thing that stands between the defense getting what they want or getting Lil Woody to say what they want is Judge Glanville, right? Because he hasn't given the full transcripts. Lil Woody, really, he's not able to answer a question if Judge Glanville doesn't want him to. So, all right, what do you think about that? Do you think once it comes time to cross-examination, whatever the defense asks Lil Woody, he's going to be willing to give up, or he's still going to be a little bit apprehensive?
No, I think watch. It's gonna be like a light switch has flicked or something.
Yeah,
Lil Woody is gonna start remembering, and he's gonna start answering these questions.
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
you're gonna be like, who? You're gonna be like, who is this? This is not the same Lil Woody.
Hey.
Lil Woody is gonna turn to a whole different person when cross-examination comes.
Yes.
But the question is when is cross-examination ever going to come? We're stuck at a point that the defense don't even want to begin cross until they get this issue about the ex parte meeting kind of rolling in or resolved.
Exactly.
Because one, they're going to want to ask him about the ex parte meeting. And that's the whole point of them filing the writ, is because they're like, well, Cross is coming up and, you know, we're going to ask him about this.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's it's just, man, it's a mess, dude. I promise it is. It's it's a mess, and we're stuck in this place. I'm wondering how long is Woody gonna be on the stand. It seems like to me cross examination should have begun, man,
weeks ago. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, and imagine, I keep bringing this up, man, just because I was a juror at one point. Can you imagine these jurors, man, just hanging out, not able to have contact with the outside world, even though we know they are, having to
they're not saying.
Jeez, man, that's terrible.
One more thing before I let you go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
I know that I've had some experience with those recusal motions. I never filed one myself, but I sat and watched several.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I knew about the judge, what the judge was going to do. I knew the judge was going to immediately deny those. Like I said in the comments, today we had a ex-judge. She got arrested. She was on drugs and had a DV case with her girlfriend. She got a girlfriend or whatever.
Oh
but anyway, yeah, I know. Yeah. So she was in court today, and the judge immediately recused himself. Well, why did he do that? Because she's a former judge. They actually have a very personal relationship. So it was an obvious conflict of that he could be biased towards any decision to her because he knows her.
Yeah.
So he recused himself today. Well, this same judge, I remember there was another motion to recusal filed against him by defense attorneys, where they were accusing him of having an ex parte meeting in the hallway about the case with the state attorneys and not the defense attorneys. And he denied that motion. He denied that motion and it was because of his own error. It was like admitting I messed up and taking yourself off the case. A lot of people are less likely to admit, hey, I messed up. It's my fault.
Right.
Then when it's somebody else's fault, they'll go ahead and do it, no problem. And that's I was just pointing that out, man. Like, judge mess up, motion to recuse. No, they're not gonna do it.
Floyd had one more question, and then I know you got to go. I'm gonna let you get out of here. He said, does the defense have a good case asking about a weapon because he had other cases? Basically, he would be saying he was in possession as a convicted felon.
Well, good question, Floyd. Good question, but he has immunity from any testimony that he gives regarding this case.
Exactly.
So even if he gives testimony in this case that can incriminate him in another case, it's still it's not valid testimony. It can't be used against him because the only reason immunity may be the only reason that he is saying certain things. So you can't have it both ways. But to answer your question, Floyd, no, the testimony, let's say he had a weapon in this case, they can't go and say, oh, you said you had a weapon in this case where you had immunity. We're going to charge you with, being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, So no testimony that he says here can be used in another state case. Now, federally, he does not have federal immunity. So if the feds are looking at this and he says something on the stand that adheres to a federal crime, he can definitely be picked up by the feds, but it can't be used in another state case.
Yeah, and what would be a good example of something that he could say that would maybe put him in trouble with the feds?
Well, like Floyd said, let's say he does say something about having a gun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these same state crimes are similar crime. The feds have similar crimes, and so a lot of times, man, the feds can come in and take over a case if you committed a federal crime, a state crime that is sort of the same as a federal crime. Man, they have absolute discretion on if they want to come in and jump on the case or not. So like the feds can actually see, they can actually see Lil Woody say something like that could be a federal crime. But then just decide not to, just leave it to the state. We'll just leave that to the state of Georgia. They're not obligated to get on this stuff.
Yeah, and in the comments, I posted one video to where I was talking about that and saying how surprised I was that Lil Woody said he gave money to someone else to buy a gun for him. And people were saying, oh, he has immunity, it's fine. But I was thinking kind of what you were saying. I said, I don't know if this would be a federal issue, which is why I was surprised he said that. So in that case, do you think that something could maybe be on the border of something the feds might look at, or is that just the state?
They could, because Lil Woody is a convicted felon.
Exactly.
Having a third party purchase a weapon for you is the same as you buying a weapon.
Exactly.
They're going to treat that as a felon is purchasing this weapon. So, and you best believe that there is a federal law stating that felons can't own firearms.
Right.
Obviously there's state laws saying that too, but best believe that derived from a federal law. And so it's just like that, him saying that he had a person go buy a weapon for him. The feds could charge him for that. They could absolutely charge him for that.
Jeez,
whether
man.
they're going to, I doubt it,
Yeah. I mean, because
I think that they're going to let,
what would he possibly get for that? I don't know. I guess we would have to see what it would be from a federal standpoint, but I'm sure it's not worth it, like you said. So, all right, man. Javier Lefair, did you have anything else you wanted to say before I get you up out of here?
Nah, great questions, Floyd. Lanisha Houston, congrats on your win last night.
Let's go.
Hello to Amy. She's always here. Snapper, what's going on?
Yeah, man.
I can't remember if anybody's else in the chat, but just what's up to everybody?
All right. Hey, man, I know your time is so valuable, and I really appreciate you calling in and stopping by and giving that great insight, man. Appreciate you.
No problem, man. I'm off work. I had like 3 cases today. I'm just chilling for the rest of the day, man.
Hey,
so I'm
enjoy it, man. Thank you for stopping by. I guess we'll see you in the chat too, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right, peace.
All right.
All right, that is our resident attorney, Mr. Javier M. Bailey II. Put some respect on his name, aka Javier Lefair, in here. Always stopping by, always showing love and giving some great insight from a professional legal standpoint as well. All right. So, man, we are getting close. This show was supposed to be over at 1:30. We might have to put our music reviews off until tomorrow. It still says we've got 1,500 of y'all in here. I don't know if that's true, but somehow we got 500 like. I don't know what's going on, man. I swear somebody might be botting this stream, or it's a glitch. I don't know which one it is, but shout out to everybody who's in here because this is wild. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, let's keep it going. Now, this one's gonna be interesting. Actually, let me see what y'all said in the comments first, real quick. Amy says, "Hey, Javi, sorry I was quiet. I'm having a moment with my man." Oh, hey, shout out to Amy over there. Get it in, Amy. Oh, she said, "Chill." I'm joking. I was eating the salad. Dang. That's all right, Amy. All right. I think y'all are good. Let's go ahead and get into this next topic. Oh boy. How do I even present this one? This is going to be wild. All right. So we're going to go through some of the things that are going on in the case that took place yesterday. All right. And by the way, there is a trial going on. The trial's going on right now, in case y'all didn't notice that. So they're actually in court right now. They're still reviewing and trying to decide what videos they're going to allow the jury to see, what videos they're going to allow in court. So that's what's going on right now. And this is some of the things we're going to cover here. I wanted to highlight some of these chats before I get going too. Amy said, "Don't bot the stream." Yeah, it's just, I've never seen numbers like this before. So it's kind of wild. Amy's out here. Oh my God, Amy, we don't believe you. Got to prove it. Mixed Chick Samantha's back in here too. Good to see you. She said they ended for the day. Okay. The salad was that good. Shout out to Amy. Floyd, the real deal, Neil says, love when Javi calls in. It's generational black excellence. Y'all are witnessing. Proving you can be country, but still educated, classy, and highly intelligent. My brother, salute. Salute to Floyd. Yeah, Javi's out here killing it, man. Amy, what kind of salad were you eating, Amy? Yeah. God dang. So Mixed Chick Samantha said they have ended for the day. Still no word from the Supreme Court. I'm staying up to date on everything that's happening. So as y'all know, I will keep you apprised to what's going on and if we have any news from the case today. But with that being said, he said top the seven. Y'all are crazy, man. Let's go ahead and get into this. So what's going on in this video is the prosecution is currently presenting video and they're going back and forth with the defense on whether or not to allow certain parts of these interviews or interrogations that Lil Woody did in the past. They're going back and forth, talking to Judge Glanville, saying why certain parts should be left out, how it's going to look to the jury if they allow it in, and the defense and the prosecution saying why it should be included. All right. So this is some of the clips we're going to see in here. Lil Woody, during this first interview, actually gives a lot of insight into some of the things that were going behind the scenes. He even mentions other rappers. He mentions Nipsey Hussle, The Game. I mean, it just starts to get wild. So y'all check this out and we'll see what Lil Woody's talking about.
1019, probably more around, I'm going to start it at 50, but I think it's more like 1019:58 to 1025:22.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Now, a lot of this part that you're seeing them fast forward through, this is the redacted sections. So it's interesting. I've seen documents redacted, but this audio is actually redacted and they're fast forwarding through some of it.
What that got to do with why is Thug in the mix? Like he's a down around this motherfucker. Like and that's what the person told me who told me like it was a girl. You know what I mean? We had a cute job. I put a big baby for it. It was on the day. I put a big baby for it. I had baby Sunday. I put a big baby for it Sunday. Now it was Sunday. I put a big baby for it. Me and my baby and my little partner Kino and me, Kino, the baby, and BJ, CJ. So we put up. Everybody got color, they don't live with that type. Like me, it was Kino White. Me, CJ White. Me, CJ White, the baby. Me, CJ White. Sounds like not important. Yeah, but see, battery guy in the car, she just like, hey bro, I'm gonna tell you something, I'm saying that. You know what I mean? I'm like, wait, so she's like, go up there, this and that. I'm like, no, what is it? What you mean? She like, but I don't trust that nigga, bro. You know what I mean? They be trying to set you up. That's why every time I got in jail, someone got shot up. Like, what the hell? You need to keep showing shit up for when I get out. So you think
now I know y'all got to bear with the audio because it's not great, but basically what Lil Woody's saying right here is he was having a conversation with his guys. He's saying, man, yo, I don't trust this dude. Every time I'm with him or near him, something happens and something goes down. And now what the police interrogating him are trying to do is trying to figure out where Thug fits into this whole situation. Y'all can see the date. This is from 2015. So this is before everything went down at Woody's house. All right. So keep that in mind.
It's Thug them shooting at your people. Nah, I know it ain't Thug them because they got you niggas thinking it's me. See, I had seen Monte. I seen him, Woody Monte? Yeah. Okay. I seen him the other day, like day before yesterday. I seen him yesterday morning. I went to the graveyard. When I seen him, he was in my cousin's house. When I heard what happened, I was leaving for him and was like, damn, bro, we go up again. Right. So I'm like, damn, bro. Y'all ain't gonna let the man. What's that, bro? You know? Nope. You say you grew up with him? I didn't know his first name, Monte. know his last name. Okay. But when I tell like, damn, bro, also told me that Thug plan on killing me, bro.
Ooh, okay. Did y'all hear that? Let me rewind it. I know it's hard to hear. But check this out.
Okay. But when I tell like, damn, bro, also told me that Thug plan on killing me, bro.
So apparently Lil Woody thought that Young Thug was going to put a hit out on him. This is back in 2015. So they had already been pretty close and connected for a while. Lil Woody's getting nervous. He's talking to people about what's going on. He's like, hey man, you know, I'm hearing stuff. I'm hearing things about Thug. I don't know what's going on with Thug. I think he doesn't trust me. And he said, man, does Thug have a hit out on me? He's getting nervous, man.
Dude, he denied. I'm like, come on, bro. Person will never say, because dealing with murder will, I don't talk to the police too much. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So he get nervous. Thug get nervous. Yeah. What I'm saying.
Yeah, so what he's saying here is Young Thug was getting nervous because Lil Woody was talking to the police so much. So Lil Woody wanted to know what happened, so he hit up Thug. He's like, hey man, what's going on? I keep hearing, I'm getting worried. Like, people are saying that you're upset with me, if you're mad at me, and that there's a hit out on me. And Thug's like, nah, I'm not worried about it. It's not true. Then Lil Woody says Thug said the reason that he was saying that, or people were possibly saying that, is because he was talking to the police a lot. Which, I mean, looking at these interrogations, 17 hours of police talk, I mean, Thug might have been right.
You know what I'm saying? So he get nervous. Thug get nervous. Yeah. What I'm saying, why is Thug getting nervous if he has nothing to do with anything? Because they obviously look at you as disposable. No, see, y'all didn't hear them say my name. They saying me and Thug. This like he's saying. But I'm saying like I didn't have no parts to it. And I can't see how scared I was when he held. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is the problem. So the police officer asked him, if Thug didn't have anything to do with it, why was he getting nervous about you talking to the police? And Lil Woody's saying, no, they weren't saying, the police weren't saying it was just me. They were saying it was me and Thug, like y'all are saying right now. But what the detective is saying is, okay, that's fine, but Thug didn't know that. All Thug knew was that you were talking to the police. He wasn't talking to the police. All he knows is that you were talking to the police and he got nervous. He shouldn't get nervous if he wasn't involved.
Hey, but so he felt like you would tell something. Yeah. Okay, what is there to tell? Huh? What is there to tell? This is what I'm telling you. This is what he keeps
That's
saying.
a good question.
I mean, I'm asking like, well, I know what I mean. But see, with the murder, I don't know what you mean. No, I'm trying to explain. With the murder,
Yeah, I know y'all are saying you can't understand. That's why I'm trying to kind of give him the play-by-play, because I know the audio's pretty bad.
I don't know what you mean. No, I'm trying to explain. With the murder, I never heard like, you know what I'm saying? I never told Dina none of it. Period. So I just kept it to myself. So once again, why is he, if Thug has nothing to do with it, if Thug had nothing, he don't got nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is, he got to have something to do with it. All this shit going on. And which means he had to have told you something if he's nervous about you. He's speaking to us. He's not listening. I'm listening to.
Wait, what is Lil Woody saying? This dude, hold on a second now. Did he just say Thug had to... Oh,
again, why is he, if Thug has nothing to do with it, if Thug had nothing, he don't got nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is, he got to have something to do with it.
He said, I'm not saying he didn't have anything to do with it. I'm saying he had to have something to do with all of this.
Keep going on. And which means he had to have told you something if he's nervous about you.
So it's interesting because, again, one of the biggest reasons that the prosecution wants to bring this video in is because it's showing the inconsistencies of what Lil Woody's saying on the stand. Y'all remember and have seen the video clips. Lil Woody's on the stand. He's saying, listen, everything I said to the police wasn't true. Everything I said to them, I was saying just because I wanted to be let out. I didn't want to go back to jail. And they were pressuring me to say what they wanted to hear, right? The problem with that is Lil Woody has also said that some of the things that he said, like him being worried about a hit being out on him, were true. And this is where his story starts to fall apart, right? So now the prosecution is essentially trying to threaten him and be like, hey, you can't be up here lying on the stand, man, or it's going to be bad for you. So that's why they want to include a lot of this in here.
Yeah, pick it up. You're not listening. I'm listening to you.
Yeah, the audio is really bad.
He's not on you here for a reason, correct? Yeah. I think it's because you're talking to us. Yes. He not thinking I'm telling y'all that. He just saying I'm talking to the police a lot because he heard the conversation and the police had.
Basically, what she's saying is, listen.
So Lil Woody's saying he actually heard, he was on the phone with the police while Young Thug was in the room, which is wild.
You as the person that brings him down, so therefore, by eliminating you, he eliminated his problem. That's what she's saying.
This is what I'm telling y'all. When the police did take the car, it was a lady. I answered the phone in front of them.
Which case was it?
See, they weren't even saying no case. They just like, now this is about my house getting shot up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Dang.
So, when he saw him, he's like, damn, I need to talk to the police. See, then he was telling folks different lies. I mean, he told the D out, Lil D clean never. He's mad at me because he gave me $50,000 and ain't know what to do with it. What you mean you know what to do with it? Why would he give you $50,000? Well, this nigga never gave me, you know how much money he ever gave me at one time? It was $1,000. What I mean? That ain't what you...
Yo, this is crazy. Lil Woody's saying that Young Thug, after this whole thing went down, he gave him $50,000. Oh, man. That's not a great look. And why would you make that up? Now, the good news is probably can't prove it because it was most likely cash. But again, Lil Woody's he's gonna hold strong. He's gonna say, hey, I was just lying here. I was just telling them everything I needed to tell them. But why would he include that random piece of information? Crazy, man.
You said last time I interviewed you when y'all was at the club when they stunted on you and you came. I get it with a bag. I can give it back if you someone. Nah, that's wrong. Here's money. You getting I'm getting confused. Yeah, you getting wrong. Y'all know where to get paid. Okay. I tell you, give me the money to bless it. If it's like this show down. But the money he give me, the key, is like $1,000. Get the fuck out. I don't believe it.
They said, man, what if you don't get up out of here, man? That's crazy. So he's saying he gave him more money, but he only got to keep 1,000 of it.
That's the first time I ever got you my car. I don't have a car. You want to be done with nothing. That's on my mama's soul. You never committed a crime for thugs. I never did none of that for him. So why would he say, Lil Woody against you and scare you? No. That song got the song about Lil Woody pull up on you and pop at your 90s. Okay. That's why you made it.
And we're in there at 10:25:23.
All right. So now they're going to talk about, prosecution is going to talk about why they want to keep this in there. And we'll see if the defense has any objections.
All right.
I assume the next line was Shannon is the shooter. I assume we're taking that out?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's fast forward a little bit.
You want to tell me why? Mr. Shard or Mr. Steele or anyone else, you want to tell me why it is that you believe that period should, from page 62, line 23 to page 70, line 16 or thereabouts should be omitted?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, go right ahead, sir.
That section that are in those transcript pages and what you just listened to have Detective Dennis as well as Detective Gaither injecting their beliefs and thoughts. And by that I mean Detective Dennis and Detective Gaither told Mr. Copeland that they do not believe him, when he claimed that Jeffrey has not given him any money except for $1,000, and that they did not believe him when Mr. Copeland said that he's never committed a crime for Mr. Williams. I also object to the detective. It's both of them. It's first Detective Gaither, then Detective Dennis, saying that their belief is of summarizing what Mr. Copeland was trying to say is that Mr. Williams looks at Mr. Copeland. Mr. Copeland is bringing Jeffrey down, or Mr. Williams down, quote unquote, and therefore they latch on to Mr. Copeland when he said that he heard that Jeffrey put a contract on his life or would have him killed. So that's why I'm.
And the thing that's crazy about this is you can see in the video that Lil Woody's like, man, why are y'all even bringing Thug into this? He said that at the beginning. He's like, what's this got to do with Thug? I'm just saying that he was listening to the phone call, but that's it. I mean, why are y'all bringing him into it? So we'll see what Judge Glanville says about this.
I appreciate it, and that's my basis. I believe that I would have a confrontation right. These are thoughts of the detectives that they couldn't testify to themselves in front of the jury because it would be their own speculation. So I'd like that removed. And Mr. Copeland hearsay saying that he heard that Mr. Williams would have him killed. So those are the reasons that those areas are flagged.
All right, sir. Mr. Shard, anything else?
No, I was just about Mr. Steele's objections to that time period.
Okay, all right. State.
All right, now we're going to see what Ms. Hilton has to say, why she wants to keep it in there. Take your time, Simone.
Thank you, Your Honor. This portion is relevant for a number of different reasons. This portion is relevant for a number of different reasons. First, starting on page 62, they're getting into a conversation to understand why he is concerned about the fact that he's talking to the police. Where does that concern come from? And he begins to explain a number of different things. First thing he explains is how he learned of the fact that he thought Mr. Williams wanted to harm him. And it's not so much what Valerie told him, but what he did with that information. Yeah. Even on page 63, he doesn't go into detail about what Valerie told him. She said, I think Valerie told him he's trying to set you up. What he does with that information is he approaches Yek, which is one of our co-defendants sitting in the courtroom today, Mr. Kendrick, to ask him about what he had just learned. And so we believe that this portion, whatever Valerie told him, isn't being offered for the truth of the matter asserted, but the effect on the listener, which is after hearing this, he went and asked Mr. Kendrick about whatever it is that Valerie told him. And then Mr. Kendrick then assured him that that wasn't true, that he isn't trying to harm him. And the jurors should be able to ascertain whether or not they believe that this interaction occurred. Then he goes into why there was a concern with Mr. Williams.
She's talking about Young
And that's
Thug.
about him going to talk to the police too much. And he goes into talking about an incident in which Mr. Williams was present when one of the police officers called his phone.
Yeah,
and so that isn't hearsay, that's personal knowledge of this event that took place that at some point in time when Mr. Copeland was in the presence of Mr. Williams, a police officer called him, and he's explaining.
Called him being who?
Called Mr. Copeland.
Okay.
So
Can y'all imagine if you got a whole operation going down and you're sitting next to one of your guys and they get a phone call from a police officer and you didn't know about it, I want to know how Lil Woody explained all of this, because no wonder he got nervous. I mean, that's like, y'all know what it's like. Let's keep it moving.
Mr. Williams and Mr. Copeland are present with each other. A police officer called Mr. Copeland in his presence, and he's telling the police
I'd be scared
officers
too.
his understanding what that interaction meant to him. And again, that is relevant as to why he was concerned about talking, why he thought Mr. Williams wanted to harm him. Again, because he was talking to the police too much.
Let me just ask you, just to make it, see if I can clear my mind. Are you saying that the officer called Copeland and Mr. Williams happened to be present for the phone call?
Yes.
Okay. And that's reflected, at least a portion of it, from what pages?
That is...
Come on, Simone.
Starting at page 67. Which is line 16.
Madam, do you need some cleanup?
Yes.
She's crying again. Poor thing.
Page 16, line 60, excuse me, page 67, line 16 is where he begins. Eight line, conversation me and the police had. And then he goes in to explain when that occurred. And then it goes into further, they ask him about whether or not Mr. Williams has ever given him money. And he says, no, he's only giving me $1,000 to keep. He's giving me money to flash, but not any money, not any additional money, because they're asking whether or not he's paid for him to do anything. And I think that that's relevant for whatever the jury determines that to be, whether or not they think Mr. Williams is or is not paying him to do anything out.
What? What did she just say? Did y'all hear what she just said? Oh, this is bad.
He says no.
So the judge asked Simone, he says, okay, can you tell me why this section is relevant and why the jury needs to hear that? Listen to this.
He's just saying, I'm talking to the police a lot because he heard the conversation me and the police had. And then he goes in to explain when that occurred. And then it goes into further. They ask him about whether or not Mr. Williams has ever given him money. And he says, no, he's only giving me $1,000 to keep. He's giving me money to flash, but not any money, not any additional money, because they're asking whether or not he's paid for him to do anything. And I think that.
Okay, and now she's going to tell us why she thinks that the jury needs to hear this.
That's relevant for whatever the jury determines that to be, whether or not they think Mr. Williams is or is not paying him to do anything out.
Come on, get it together, girl.
Do anything on behalf of him.
She said, I think, the jury needs to hear it because, so the jury can hear and, understand what they think that might be happening with, Young Thug giving Lil Woody money to, do stuff and whatever the jury takes for, like, what is you saying? Crazy thing is, I'm not going to play the whole video, but the judge actually decides later on that he is going to allow this. So again, y'all can see how this case is going to go. I did not know that it was this serious between Young Thug and Woody. We mentioned it and reviewed it a couple of times previous, but it's interesting to actually hear why Lil Woody was so worried, because the police, they were trying to get him to tell him some things and Thug found out. So let me know what y'all think. What would you do, man, if you found out your man's was talking to the police while you got a whole operation going on? I don't know. That's wild to me, man. Javier Lefair said, bro, you might really got 14K. You got 521 likes on this video, it says. Wow. But where are they at? Why is everybody being quiet? Because on my side, it only shows 30. It only shows 333 views. I don't know, man. This is crazy. But hey, we're gonna keep it moving. Jay Fanu says ClassE for president. Appreciate you, man. Aww. Amy says this case is a complete disaster. Questionable ethics in Georgia and Maryland and New York. Do not get me started with Eric Adams in New York. Oh my God. Hollywood Coast said 14K viewers. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it ends. But I appreciate every single one of y'all who are in here. Thank y'all for being here. What else do y'all think about this, man? Man, we are going way past time. I have one more thing I wanted to cover because later on in this video, Lil Woody mentions a couple of rappers. He mentions Nipsey Hussle. He mentions The Game in here. And I wanted to kind of give y'all a little bit of a background as to what was going on there. But I'm not going to skip through this video. So we'll cover it here in a second. Floyd, the real deal Neil says, have you ever had a dream that you had he's talking about that meme from that little kid. Have you ever had a dream that you could, so you'll do, you could. I'm like, Simone, what are you trying to say? I know I'm bad, so I shouldn't laugh at her, but that was terrible. It reminds me of that one kid. He's like, hey, we were trying to goddamn and with the and go to the the store and got goddamn and Hollywood Code says mistrial. Amy says, man, they just want to watch eye candy. Oh, hey, what can I say? Amy's right. I mean, look at me. Why wouldn't you want to watch this and hear my terrible reading? Amy said they want to vote in the chat. Yeah, you see that, right? Hollywood Code says, I feel like they dragged it out, but it's a mistrial. It's looking that way, man. It's looking that way. Floyd says, nah, you be reading jumble text. She did that on her own. Yeah, that's crazy. Why you ain't Oh man, y'all are crazy. Amy said she's a reminder to stay in school, people. No, I mean, give it up to Simone. She's good at what she does, and she's the assistant district attorney for a reason. But boy, in this case, Javi asked me earlier if I thought she was doing a good job. No, she's not. I think if we had an unbiased judge, which we clearly do not, and Simone was up there, she would be getting killed by an unbiased judge. ADA Love, not so much, because she's just at another level. And I think Simone, she's just kind of getting her reins in this case. That's why the judge is probably giving her a little bit of leeway. But man, when cross-examination comes up, oh my God, it's about to go down. About to go down. Oh man, y'all are still in here saying why you say you need a call. Y'all are hilarious, man. All right, so there's one more thing I wanted to get into, but the time, man. Oh. If I cover this next topic, are y'all gonna hang out? Y'all gonna be here for it? Type a 1 in the chat if y'all want to talk about a little bit of the background in this case and why Lil Woody was involved in a possible hit on Nipsey Hussle and The Game. Do y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear about that one? Floyd said he's here for it. Who else wants to hear it? Let's see. She was talking like the kid in that video is what he said. All right, y'all are here for it. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into it then. So I'm going to put the clip at the beginning of this video. So y'all that are watching this live, you won't see it right now, but when I post this video, it'll be sometime tomorrow. You'll see the clip where Lil Woody is actually talking about Young Thug having beef with not only the game, but with Nipsey Hussle as well. Now, a lot of y'all know who and where Nipsey Hussle's loyalty lied when it came to the West Coast and the Bloods and the Crips. I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, as y'all saw in that clip, Young Thug had a lot of beef going on with artists in the industry, specifically Nipsey Hussle and the game I want to talk about in this one. Now, if you want to know a little bit of the background, what happened with the game and Young Thug, I can give you some of the background on that because it goes back pretty far, almost 10 years from now, when Young Thug started having issues with Lil Wayne. And he talks about it in this interview here. I'm going to play a little bit of a section for y'all so you can kind of understand how this whole thing started and why Lil Woody possibly could have been going at the game for Young Thug. All right. Now, again, this is all alleged. We don't know if it happened or not, but listen to this interview by Young Thug.
Who inspired you? Because you ain't really come in the game with a style that nobody had. The biggest, a lot of people did, but I fought with a lot of people.
Hold on a second, y'all. Let me slow this down because I had it sped up. My bad. There we go.
Who inspired you? Because you ain't really come in the game with a style that nobody had.
The biggest, a lot of people did, bro. I fought with a lot of people, but the biggest inspiration was that nigga Wayne. But the way that he goddamn greeted me, that's like the second, that's like really the main reason why I never, goddamn, I always had in my mind, like I never in my life treat another person like this. Cause it's not like a real nigga. It's not like how you treat, you gotta goddamn, I ain't even get a chance. I'm like, man, I at least gotta give everybody a chance. Like,
dang.
I can't just nigga, you goddamn this, you buying it, nigga, out of, you know, just a mean, aggressive shit. I ain't doing that shit, cause goddamn, I know I'm a real player.
Right.
And I know I ain't really get a fair chance.
Right.
The nigga that inspired me.
So like, okay, so you see him, you inspired, you walk up, you like, what's up, Wayne, what's up, Weezy? I'm the newest member, what's up, man? And it was just like, what's up, nigga?
Man, that nigga goddamn, the first day that nigga goddamn didn't dap me up.
Oh, just left you hanging?
Didn't dap you up?
Dang.
Tried me. He tried my pimping.
Damn.
I'm like, I really be stuck. Goddamn real. Now my motherfucking feet hurt. Nigga, I'm a real stepper. don't do me like that. I'm tripping.
I mean, he wasn't lying.
Man, nigga, left my pimping hanging.
Left the pimping hanging.
I'm
just
like,
right there. Just
he probably had them. He probably had some dog. He probably had them chrome hearts on.
Mm-hmm.
You right. Cool.
Anyway, all right, so we're going to play the rest of the video. Thug's got his feelings hurt. I'll know streets is different. You got to respect. You got to have a certain level of respect. I get it. All right, he got his feelings hurt. That was his hero. That was the guy who inspired him. Let's see what else he said that caused him to have this beef with Wayne.
Then goddamn, you know, it just kept going on. One time I dapped him up. This is how he dapped me. That one, like, I'm like, hey, listen, bro. If I touch your hand again, I'm a hoe anyway.
Right.
I'm never touching your hand again.
Right.
Hey.
Just off of that, like, bro, you tripping, nigga. I'm a player, and I'm a real player, and I don't get no fuck, nigga. I ain't nothing about me, no group, no nothing. Like,
right.
I'm just a real nigga.
Right.
You inspired me,
right,
bro. That nigga, you know, like, but you know, like, a lot of this shit come from like, you know, being spoiled and shit. You know, I can't never accept that. Like, everybody always try to make me accept like the spoiled situation is like hell nah, cause at one point I was spoiled. I'm still a man, nigga. I still goddamn know how to treat a man, nigga. I still got man tactics.
Absolutely.
All right, so after this interview, as y'all know, there are a lot of artists, especially up and coming artists, who are very close to Lil Wayne, were inspired by Lil Wayne. My opinion, greatest rapper alive. I don't care what anybody says, right? One of those artists was The Game. The Game heard this. He was not feeling it at all. All right. So this isn't the thing that started the beef, but that's kind of the sentiment behind why The Game and Young Thug were going at it. Now, so The Game, he goes at, let me pull this up real quick. So The Game, he goes at Young Thug. He's at a concert. He mentioned Young Thug's name. He said, hey, you talk down on Wayne. You talk bad about Wayne. I'm coming for you. All right. Now, after The Game did that, Young Thug spoke out, was like, hey, man, you need to leave this alone. I know there's not any issues because you called me and apologized. This is the video of the game calling Young Thug and apologizing.
The gang, why is you on what this thing called? Why is you on the vote the Breakfast Club? Something you came to Atlanta, something got real monkey ass, pussy ass boy. I'm gonna upload a video since you call yourself tough. Got these folk capping. Yo cap ass pussy boy.
I jumped out of pocket, man, so, that's my bad, nigga. Real niggas don't apologize. And, shit, it ain't nothing, man. So, you know what it is, man.
He got him on video apologizing.
Too many motherfuckers be fucking with this all up in this shit. And so, it's all love, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that one on the chin.
It's all good.
We're gonna pull up on you.
All right, so that's the whole thing that went down with Thug and the game. So now, what's being said and what you can hear from Lil Woody is that they still had issues. Thug wasn't feeling it. He wasn't over it. And he wanted something to be done about it. Now, you fast forward a little bit, you can hear and see some of the back and forth that went on between them as well. This is Thug.
So I don't want to fight you. I don't want no germs from you, pussy nigga. And you know I'm in LA more than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He the governor, fuck nigga. Yeah, gang, your little pussy. You got down on that one, little bitch. You got down, little fuck ass nigga. Ho.
I just seen your little video, you hoe ass nigga. You paint your nails like a fucking girl. You call your niggas bae, and you a hoe ass nigga. Keep fucking around, niggas gonna drive by that nail shop and light that motherfucker up.
These are grown dudes, man. This is the lamest. Y'all, just focus on the music, man. So that's the game at Young Thug. Now, the game spoke about it on the Breakfast Club. After they had allegedly squashed everything, everything was fine. It was back to normal. But obviously, Young Thug had different feelings about it.
He said, so if me and Fifth is in the same club, my side
I
ain't
had this super fast forward. My bad, y'all. Hold on. We don't want to do it that way. All right, let me rewind it. Y'all check this out.
He's solid. And just like he said, so if me and Fifth is in the same club, my side ain't on edge, his side ain't on edge, and we just, we in there. We coexisting.
Have you spoken to him since then?
Oh, no, I haven't talked to him, but Whack have.
Now, everybody knows y'all get down, fighting, whatever it is, but they was giving you flack for squashing the beef with Thug and Dirk.
Yeah.
So how do you pick and choose which ones you...
Because here's the thing. Number one, when I ran into Dirk, it was at a Rick Ross thing. You know what I'm saying? And we chopped it up. And some people don't understand that when I could have in LA, I could have smashed. I really could have.
Come on. These dudes talking like that. And as y'all know, Rick Ross and the game, they're not cool, obviously. They just had a recent back and forth and the game cooked them. So shout out to Rick Ross.
I could have in LA, I could have smashed. I really could have. It wasn't like I was in Chicago. And if I was in Chicago, I would have been vulnerable. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's like if I go to Philly, I'm vulnerable. But we was in LA. I chopped it up with Dirk and he was 100 about everything. And then I was at fault because I just jumped in because Tiger called me and needed help. So I just jumped in. On some West Coast OG, I jumped in.
Game train to go.
So again, I was.
You told him that what? You told him?
Hell yeah, I told him that. So again, I was at fault. So I understood that. He wasn't pressing the issue. I wasn't tripping, so we squashed it like that. As far as Thug has told me, Thug told me, yo, I look up to you. You know what I'm saying? You the big homie. You know what I'm saying? You the big blood. Like, I don't have no issues. And again, I jumped out the window for Wayne. That's my man, and it's still my man. It's always gonna be my man. That's like my dude. And so me and Thug squashed. They did a shout out for my kid's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was big. And my son don't know the beef and with Young Thug and Game. And he really appreciated that. So that's where that went. So you can't be mad at cats for taking the man approach when you're asking on Instagram and in the comments for us to cease, and then when it cease, you want to say, "Oh, they copping please," or they squashing. But then if we go,
so this might be one of the reasons that Lil Woody didn't have to go and do what he's alleging Thug told him to do. Now again, we got to take these Woody interviews and when he's in handcuffs and he's being questioned by the police with a grain of salt because he's saying he lied in every single one of them. So we don't know, but it is interesting to see that some of what the story Lil Woody is telling lines up with what was going on with Young Thug and the game. Now, recently, the game spoke on it again on Vlad TV. Y'all check this one out.
Yeah. Was it over Young Thug beefing with Lil Wayne?
Wayne, man.
and you and Wayne are close. Wayne's tour bus got shot up.
Yeah.
So things were escalating.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Wayne's always been there for me, man. And again, this is one of those, it's a Vlad interview, man. So everybody's going to see this. It's going to do its numbers, especially since it's Vlad and Game. I don't know who you've been interviewing lately, but my name, your name together is going to do a different kind of number.
Yes.
Once it hits the internet. Wayne's going to see it, and he just know that my brotherhood with him, it's the way that I feel about Wayne in music is the way that I feel about Wayne out of music. That is my brother. Him and Mac, we might as well be blood related because those my dogs. They've been holding me down since my introduction to hip hop and all the way through it. Never change. Anytime I call Wayne, he gonna show up for me or anything I need for the kids or just anything, man. Like he's solid. So when he was beefing with Thug, I just, I jumped in that.
I remember a guy sort of what I felt was
I don't like niggas ganging up. I don't like niggas ganging up on niggas I fuck with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I remember didn't he post a picture of your daughter?
What are you gonna do about it,
and
gang?
He posted a picture of his daughter.
I don't think I posted a picture of his daughter.
No, you did. I remember you did. Yeah, I think you did.
Damn. Shit.
But it wasn't like a disrespectful picture. It was just
the crazy thing is the Game mentioned in another video that, what's off limits. He said, yeah, posting kids is usually off limits, but
okay.
This is what we're doing.
Here's what we're doing here.
Right. But when he posted my child, he wasn't disrespectful either.
No, he was like, oh, your daughter has beautiful eyes or something like that. But it was still kind of like
no. So it was like a new way of beef for me because I didn't know how to take it. I was like, is this a compliment or is this nigga like dissing me?
No, I think he said, oh, I wish it was my daughter or something. I think that's what he. Oh, look, she has beautiful eyes. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
First of all. Free slime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hate to see anybody locked up in those type of situations when they get to yelling out that, Spanish guy Rico's name. But I didn't know what to take from that. So
you knew what to take from it, man.
Except put up a picture of his. So I don't know. Guess his daughters.
Well, you guys eventually worked it out, right?
Yeah, we worked it out.
And he did some music with you.
It was Birdman, man. Birdman came. Birdman was like,
shout out to Birdman.
What's happening? You know what this is.
Playboy.
Birdman was just like, yeah, Playboy. His family. You family. We family. We got to work it out. And so he put us on the phone. We ended up just squashing that shit. And then we did a record to make sure that it was mended on wax. And yeah. But again.
All right. So y'all let me know what you think. Did Birdman save the game? Because from what Lil Woody's saying, it was about to go down. Anytime the Game was in the area, was in Atlanta, they were ready for him. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Yeah, Game. y'all are rocking with the Game, man. Javier Lefair said, Game lame as hell to me. Been lame to me since the G Unit days. He doesn't have a big fan base. I think there's a reason. But hey, I could be wrong though. Y'all don't quote me on that. All right, let me see. What is Floyd saying? Floyd says, I miss when you had beef with the Ninja and would just get out and box. When you see them, didn't matter where. Walmart, Metropolis, Caros, V Live. What we talking for? You just gonna smell my cologne. Yeah, they're not built like that anymore, man. Oh, my dog CG Bates in the building. What's up, man? He said ClassE viral. I don't know. I'm not buying it. We'll see what the numbers look like after the live stream. Y'all make sure you like the video though if you haven't yet. And while I've got allegedly all 1,400 of y'all in here, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any time we go live. We are live twice a day, Monday through Friday. All right. And we're here for the Music Morning Show Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes it's 11:15, sometimes it's 11:30. Either way, we're not missing. We're going to be here. What does Sizzy say? He says, Javier Lefair, if you ever said hi to the Game or even collaborated with him, just be expecting him to show up when you beefing. Oh my gosh. What else are y'all saying? Javier Lefair says, and he's always jumping in somebody else's beef and trying to call it loyalty. Clout chasing. Yeah. Yeah, he took the opportunity to go at Rick Ross for no reason. Rick Ross was in the news. He said, yeah, let me get at Rick Ross. Y'all see how that ended for Fulio, which I don't really want to talk about that again. There's been some more updates that have come out about Fulio's case. Rest in peace. But it's wild, man. It's these dudes out here acting like they're all hard. Man, you wearing a $2,000 jacket. It's probably more than that. Just stop. You're not giving all that up just to be the man. All right, chill. Appreciate y'all letting me cover that, man. I know we went pretty late today, and y'all were saying you wanted to get into it. So thank y'all again. I appreciate everybody who's here, everyone who showed support. We are going to be live again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? We actually, dang, because I usually do the mixing and mastering show until 2:30, and it's already 2:15 right now. And I've got to get to a doctor's appointment at 3:15. So we might do 3 live streams tomorrow. Yeah. I think we're going to move our 1:30 live stream to tomorrow. So we're going to be live streaming 3 times tomorrow. We'll be live for the Music Morning Show. We'll do mixing and mastering and music reviews at 1:30 tomorrow. And we'll have the Song of the Night live. All right. So y'all make sure you stay tapped in. Shout out to the community. Thank you to Floyd the Real Deal Neal and Javier Lefair for calling in. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to everybody who's watching, everyone who liked the video. And we're dropping another video later this afternoon. So y'all make sure you stay tuned in for that. You know what to do. Keep growing, keep pushing, keep it classy. We go. Peace. Free slime.
We're real strong people. We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
Since everything starts with self, let me hold this mirror up and take a look at myself. Before I judge you, I gotta check myself. And I come to find out that that's good for my health, right? Change your mind and watch the whole body follow. So you won't hear me talking about I'm hitting you with hollows. I can't do it, got plans for tomorrow. And I ain't trying to bring my seeds no type of sorrow. Wait, cause fake rappers do fake-ish. I mean, most the basic get replaced quick. I'll never sacrifice my soul. Truth is, so I might never get 1 million records sold. But that's cool, cause I'm good with the creator. He nurtured my thoughts, so I present you with purple flavor. You never listen to what no haters say. We pray for them, but we gon' move it this way. We moving forward, y'all.
We can do anything. We can't be worried about what they say. My brother, my sister, just believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself. Believe in your skin. Believe in your health. Believe in yourself. Believe in your talk. Believe in your walk. Believe in yourself.
I feel like George Floyd, yo, I can't breathe. It's hard to conceive on why they wanna kill we. I think they wanna break our spirit. The youth won't hear it. We die over loose. These cops scared to quit it. I send my love to Eric Gardner's family, cause them pigs went and took away somebody's daddy. Sandra Bland, Trayvon Martin, Ahmaud Arbery. The world sees what's happening. Yeah, so in the midst of our hardest pain, we believe in ourselves and face our darkest days. You know, they be mad when we come come together. So after the protest, stick together. Take the pledge. I won't fight, but won't kill a brother. Cause I can't take your life if you are my brother. So I'ma send you love, not one shell casing. Believe in yourself and change our situation.
Believe in your skin. Believe